Good morning, students. Welcome back to class 12 biology class. Unit first, chapter second, sexual reproduction in flowering plants. In previous period, we have read about megasporogenesis. In megasporogenesis, any cell of the nucellus just below the epidermis act as archiosporial cells. Nucellus develop from the placental cells. Placenta develop on inner wall of ovary. From these placental cells, number of parenchyma cells formed by meiotic division, which form the nucellus. Any cell of nucellus acts as the archiosporial cell, which divide into two cells mitotically. Outer primary parietal cell are ball cells and inner sporogenous cells. The ball cell divide to give rise to ball of the ovary or female gametophytes, and primary sporogenous cells divide meiotically to give rise 4 cells. Out of these, 3 upper cells are degenerated and only 1 cells remain functional, known as functional sporogenous cells or functional megaspore cells, which divide to give rise, which first divide meiotically to give rise to nuclei which move to opposite poles. Then each nuclei divide by meiotic division to give rise 4 nuclei. Out of 4 nuclei, one nuclei from each side move toward the center to form polar nuclei. Later on, they fuse with each other to form secondary nuclei. 3 nuclei of the Salazar region form antipodal cells, and 3 nuclei of micropylar regions form egg apparatus. Out of these, 1 largest cells act as egg and 2 are the synergids. In this way, embryo sac is developed or megaspore developed. Development of female gametophyte or embryo sac, as the megaspores are the product of meiotic division. Functional megaspore is haploid, means have half number of chromosomes. It develop into mature female gametophyte which is dependent on sporophytes for nutrition. Main plant body in angiospermic plants is sporophytic, means 2n type. Depending upon the number of nuclei taking part in the development of female gametophyte, the embryo sac may be of 3 types. Monosporic embryo sacs, in which only 1 spores out of 4, only 1 spores remain functional. It may be 2 types. Oligonum type, means nucleated, in which 3 nuclei are Salazar region and micropylar regions, and 2 nuclei at the center forming secondary nucleus. And second is the Oenothera type, four nucleated, in which one nuclei are found in Salazar region and micropylar regions, and 2 nuclei at the center forming secondary nuclei. In this case, only 1 megaspores out of 4 megaspores remain functional. Bisporic type, here 2 spores remain functional out of 4. It is also of 2. It is only of 1 type, nucleated. And third is tetrasporic types. All 4 megaspores remain functional. It is of many types, like Peperomia type, 16 nucleated. Peperomia type, 16 nucleated, in which 7 nuclei on both ends and 2 nuclei at the center. Pinia type also 16 nucleated. Drusa type 16 nucleated. Fritillaria type 8 nucleated. Plumbagella type 4 nucleated. Plumbago type 8 nucleated and Adoxa type 8 nucleated. Development of all the 10 types, 2 monosporic, 1 bisporic and 7 tetrasporic of embryo sacs, starting from megaspore mother cells to mature embryo sac. Monosporic type embryo sac is most common in a variety of angiospermic plants. Development of the typical embryo sac in angiosperms. Monosporic polygenum type of embryo sac is known as typical embryo sac because it is found in most of angiosperms. After megasporogenesis, the 3 megaspores toward micropylar end degenerate and the remaining single megaspore present toward chalazal ends remain functional. The functional megaspore enlarge in size, its nucleus divide and the 2 daughter nuclei move to the 2 opposite poles. Nuclei divide twist resulting in the formation of 8 nuclei, 4 of each end of embryo sac. The embryo sac increase in size and then 1 nucleus from each end passes inward toward the center, forming the definitive nuclei or secondary nucleus. The 3 nuclei of the micropylar ends become surrounded by a very thin bulb and constitute the egg apparatus, whereas the other 3 nuclei of chalazal ends form the antipodal cells. 3 nuclei of the micropylar ends form egg apparatus, out of which middle enlarged nuclei act as egg and 2 synergids. 3 nuclei of the chalazal ends form antipodal cells and 1 nuclei move to center from both ends, forming the secondary nuclei. Structure of mature embryo sac. Mature embryo sac of angiosperms is made up of following parts: 3 antipodal cells at the chalazal ends, 2 polar nuclei in the center, and egg apparatus at the micropylar end, in which 1 egg and 2 synergids are present. At maturity, 2 polar nuclei fuse with each other and form the secondary nuclei. Thus, the mature embryo sac is 7-celled in structure. So this mature embryo sac is surrounded by nucellus tissue. We have the one opening which is called micropyle. Therefore, it is in micropylar ends and other end is chalazal ends. Now the pollinations is transfer of pollen grains from anther of male flower to the stigma of female flower is called pollination. The transfer of pollen grains from the anther of a flower to the stigma of same or another flower is called pollination. In angiosperms and most of gymnosperms, pollination is an agential process. It is of two types: self-pollination and cross-pollination. Self-pollination, transfer of pollen grain from anther to stigma of same flower, is known as self-pollination. Self-pollination takes place only in case of bisexual flowers in which both androecium and gynoecium are present within a single flower. There are chances of self-pollinations, means the pollen grains from the anther of male part of flowers fallen into stigma of female flower. Self-pollination takes place only in case of bisexual flower where the anther and stigma mature simultaneously. In such cases, the stigma receives the pollen grain from the same flower or different flower of the same plant. Self-pollinations may be autogamy, or geitonogamy. Autogamy, when a flower is pollinated by its own pollen, it is called autogamy, as in wheat, pea, rice, etc. Geitonogamy, when pollen grain from one flower are transferred on the stigma of another flower borne on the same plant, is called geitonogamy. For self-pollinations, flowers have some adaptations to facilitate the process of self-pollinations. These adaptations are homogamy, means the condition in which flowers are bisexual, anther and stigma mature at same time to make self-pollination possible. Under such a condition, the stigma receives the pollen grain from the anther of same flower by the agency of wind or insects, for example, mirabilis, ixora, sunflower, etc. And cleistogamy, the condition in which flower never open. There are some bisexual flowers which never open. They are very small and sometimes inconspicuous and remain closed. Means their calyx and corolla remain closed. Therefore, there is no chance for the cross pollinations. Only the pollen grain of the same flower can pollinate the female flower or stigma. Pollen grain therefore are only pollinated on the stigma of the same flower. Such a condition is called cleistogamy and the flowers are called cleistogamous flowers. For example, Camelina, Bengalensis, Impotens, Balsam, Erechis, Hypogaea, Groundnut, etc. These are the adaptations for self-pollination. Now the advantages of self-pollination: a few pollen grains can pollinate flower, purity of race is maintained, self-pollination avoids wastage of pollen grains, less chances of failure of pollinations. Along with advantages, there are also some disadvantages of self pollinations. Self pollinated flowers have a small light weighted and fewer number of seeds. Continuous self pollination result in the production of weaker progeny because there is no genetic combinations. There are no chance of the production of new species and variety of plants. Chances of organic evolution is also less in case of self pollination. Cross pollinations or allogamy. Cross pollination is the transfer of pollen grain from the anther of one flower to the stigma of another flower of the same species. It is also known as allogamy. In these flowers, pollen grains are being carried by different agents like insect, animal, wind, water. Means for the process of cross pollination, some agencies are required for the transfer of pollen grains from male flower to female flower born on the different plants. In these flowers, pollen grains are being carried by different agencies. To achieve cross pollination, the flowers also secure various adaptations. Cross pollination is common amongst angiosperms. Cross pollination between similar species is called genogamy. Adaptations for cross pollination. Cross pollination and glutinogamy of self pollination. Pollinators are essential to bring the pollen grain from one flower to another flower. Following features are easily be observed in cross pollinated plants like the large size flowers, bright color of perianth and corolla, presence of scent and smell in flower, presence of nectaries producing nectar in flowers, a sugary syrup which attract the insect and birds, presence of edible shape in floral parts. Calyx or corolla may have edible parts. For which insects or birds are attracted. Presence of edible pollen grains and presence of a special mechanism for cross pollination in flowers. Outbreeding devices. Generally, following adaptations are also associated with cross-pollinated plants for successful pollinations like the self-sterility, this is the peculiar feature in many flowering plants. Here the pollen grains do not germinate on the stigma of same flower or another flower of same plant. Here the pollen grains do not germinate on stigma of same flower or other flower of the same plant. On the other hand, the same pollen grains are fertile on the stigma of another plant. This property of plant is called self-sterility. This is commonly found in plants like maize, apple, grapes, orchids. Due to presence of self-sterility, transfer of pollen grain from one plant to another is essential, and this is performed by different means like air, water, insects, birds according to their adaptations. Second adaptation is unisexuality. Flower in many plants are unisexual, either male or female. Therefore, the only way of pollination is either glycnogamy or cross pollination in these plants. Plants having unisexual flower may be monoecious or dioecious, means when both male and female flowers are present separately in same plant, or they may be present on different plants. In monoecious plants like gourds, plant having unisexual flowers. In the same plants have male and female flowers like cucurbita, Imblica, Optionalis, maize, etc. Both male and female flowers are found on the same plant. To stop glycnogamy, a form of self-pollination in monoecious plants, both types, female and male of unisexual flowers, are placed at distinct branches or away from each other. They also develop and mature on different time periods. Dioecious plants are essentially cross-pollinated. Dioecious plants in which male and female flowers are found in different plants, there is only chance of cross-pollination. Third condition is horcogamy. The failure of autogamy or self-pollination due to physical hindrance in a bisexual flower is called horcogamy. Due to this adaptation, pollen grain from a flower cannot reach to the stigma of same flower. However, glycnogamy can take place. This can be seen in plants like Calotropis, Asclepias, Epipectis, and orchids. In these plants, pollen grains in an anther are not free, rather they are compounded in the form of a pollinium. Pollinia of two adjacent anthers are joined with the help of translator. Insects are attracted toward open flower in search of nectar. Their legs get entangled with the translator of pollinia. When these insects fly over from these flowers, pollinia remain attached with their leg and thus reach to another flower with them. Thus the process of cross-pollination is completed. Prepotency. A general phenomena has been observed in many plants that pollen grains show late and slow germination on the stigma of same flower. On the other hand, these pollen grains germinate quickly and rapidly on the stigma of another flower. This phenomena is called prepotency. Dichogamy. This is the condition in which the two reproductive organs of a bisexual flowers, that is stamens and carpels, show their maturity on different times. This may be of two types. Protogyny. Here the gynoecium or the female reproductive organ mature earlier than stamens. This is found in maize, fig, banyan, people, etc. And protandry. In this type of dichogamy, stamens mature earlier than the carpel. This condition is also found in the many plants like ocimum, coriander, sunflower, rose, etc. Other adaptation is heterostyly. In these adaptations, in some plants, floral dimorphism or trimorphism is found with respect to the length of stamens and styles. two or three type of flowers are found in these plants. These conditions are called as distyly and distyly and tristyly. Distyly is found in plants like Primula, Phagopyrum, Linum, etc. While some species of Linum and Lythrum show tristyly. Due to difference in the length of style and stamens, this condition is called heterostyly. Pollination and promote the chances of cross pollinations. This type of adaptations discourage the self pollinations and promote the chance of cross pollinations. Here the length of filament of stamens and style of the gynoeciums are different, so that there is less chances of self pollinations. Cross pollinations. Types of cross pollinations. Cross pollinations occurs by different agencies in the nature. It may be accomplished by the following methods: wind or anemophilous pollinations or anemophily, anemophily pollination by wind. When the flowers are pollinated by means of winds, the phenomena is known as anemophily, and flowers are said to be as anemophilous flowers. For example, maize, sugarcane, bamboo, and many grasses. It is a primitive type of cross pollinations found in a majority of plants. Anemophilous flowers also have some adaptations to facilitate the process of anemophily. These adaptations: flowers are small, colorless, unattractive, without smell and nectar. Due to this reason, insects and birds are not attracted toward these flowers. Pollen grains are produced in enormous numbers because a large number of pollen grains are lost due to wind or air. Pollen grains in these plants are light in weight and smooth parts, so they can be transported easily through the wind. In some plants, pollen grains are winged. Anther sometimes deals with a pressure and sound so that pollen grains are dispersed distantly. In many plants, flowers develop just after leaf fall. At this time, leaves are either small or less in numbers, therefore leaves do not present an obstacle in pollinations. In grasses, paddy and wheat, stigma is feathery and hairy. These catch pollen grains for pollination. In maize, style is much elongated. These hanging styles adhere with pollen grains easily. Second agency is water, and pollination by water is called hydrophily. When the pollination takes place through the agency of water, it is known as hydrophily. It is common in aquatic plants where the flowers are borne at the surface of water. For example, Vallisneria hydrilla. Vallisneria is a submerged hydrophyte. Its male flower develop inside water and detach at the time of maturity. Female flowers also develop in water, but these remain attached to the parent plant with a long pedicels and float on the water surface, forming a cup-like structure. The floating flowers, when come in contact with the female flower, get entangled and pollination is completed in this way. After pollination, a stalk of female flower is coiled and therefore the flower is withdrawn in water. development of fruit and seed take place inside the water. Zoophilous pollination. This type of pollination takes place through the agency of any animals on the basis of animals. It is of different types. Zoophily means cross pollinations by agency of animals. It may be entomophily means pollination by insects. When the flower are pollinated by means of insects, phenomena is called as entomophily. Chief pollinating insects are bees, butterflies, moths, flies, beetles. This is most common method of pollination in plants. As per an estimate, about 80% of angiospermic plants are anemophilous or insect pollinated. For entomophily, flowers have some adaptations. These adaptations are flowers are much attractive to attract insects. Sometimes bracts also become attractive and colored. For example, in bougainvillea, in acacia, Nilotica babul and Mimosa pudica, suimui plant, stamens are colored and attractive. Many flowers produce nectars, which are the food for many insects. Many flowers produce good fragrance, which attract insects toward them. In plants like sunflower and marigold, the whole inflorescence is colored and attractive. Pollen grains are often hairy, sticky, and rough, so that these get attached with legs of or proboscis of insects. Stigmatic surface is also sticky. Those flowers which open in night are generally white colored and therefore easily looked upon by insects in night also. In some plants, leaf near flower become colored to attract insects. For example, in Poinsettia, Plumeria, in Rafflesia, the flower is the largest among angiosperms. It measures about 1 meter in diameter. It has bad odor and has the smell of decaying flesh. Therefore, it is also to attract flesh-eating animals, which help in pollination. Pollination in Salvia plant. Salvia is a member of family Labiatae. It has bilabiate flowers, means having two leaves. Corona are like two leaves. It has bilabiate flower whose anther mature earlier. Among two stamens, larger is fertile and smaller is sterile. It is versatile in positions. Whenever an insect sits on the petal of the flower in search of food, the fertile anther touches the wing of insects. Again, when the insects visit another flower, stigma is pollinated with the pollen grain present on wings of insect. Pollination is peepal, banyan, anjeer. They have hypanthodium type inflorescence. Anjeer or fig. These plants have hypanthodium type of inflorescence in which several unisexual male and female flowers are present. Hypanthodium type of inflorescence. It has 1/4 for entrance of insects. Start. Here, many male and female flowers are present inside inflorescence. These plants have hypoenthodium type of inflorescence in which several unisexual male and female flowers are found within cap-like receptacles. Is open outside with a pore called osteoles. Male flowers are found near ostiole while female flowers are present at the base of receptacles. Male flowers are near the hole and female flowers at the base. In these plants, pollination is performed with the help of Blastophaga insect. Insect enter inside the inflorescence through ostiole and lay egg inside ovary of female flower. When young insects are hatched from egg, they come out from the osteoles. While passing through the anther, pollen grain get attached with their legs. When these insects enter in another inflorescence, female flower are pollinated by pollen grains carried by the insects. Pollination in Calotropis. In Calotropis, a pentagonal stigmatic disc is found in flowers. At the corner of stigmatic disc, pollinium is found. A pollinium is the aggregate of several pollen grains. Two pollinia are joined with the help of cordscils and translators. A longitudinal pore is found in between two anthers. When an insect visits the flower, its leg enter inside the pore or slit of anther. Pollinia are trapped outside the anther while pulling out the leg by insects because the translator is attached with the legs. It is entomophily or pollination by insects. Now the pollination by birds, ornithophily. This is the pollination which is carried out by birds. Small birds having long beak veins of nectar from the base of bell-shaped flowers perform pollination while moving from one flower to other flowers. For example, in bombox, bignonia, Chirapterophily or pollination by bats. This type of pollination is performed by bats. It is found in Anthocephalus, Kadam and Boonia. Bats eat flower and help in pollinations. Malcophily means pollination by mollusks. Found in many aquatic and terrestrial plants and performed by mollusks like snail. Many other animals also help in pollination. For example, in gullmohur, pollination is performed by squirrels. These are the different methods of cross pollinations. Now the advantages of cross pollination. It results in the production of healthy and stronger offsprings. A large number of seeds are formed by this method. It results in the production of new varieties of plants with useful characters. This method is used in the improvement of plants. Along with advantages, there are some advantages also, disadvantages. Disadvantages are chance of pollination are minimum. Large number of pollen grains are required for pollination. The purity of plants is completely indeed. The plants require a lot of energy and food material to adopt various devices to bring about pollination. Another mean of pollination is artificial pollination. nowadays plant breeders use these methods. Plant breeding has become a fascinating branch of agriculture and biology. Technique of plant breeding implies the pollination of female flower of an economically important plant with pollen grain of desired plant. Such techniques are useful for developing new crop varieties with desired valuable characters. It has played important role in green revolution. Many useful varieties have been developed in rice, wheat, maize, potato, pulses, and oil seeds through artificial pollination.